Welcome back, everybody, to Brutally Honest Reviews, only on the Brutally Honest Network. Today, we're reviewing a sick-ass fucking movie called The House That Jack Built. Mm-hmm. And this movie is directed by Lars Von Trier, who, if anyone talked to me 4 years ago, you would have thought I was a serial killer because I liked, one of my favorite movies was Antichrist, which had Willem Dafoe.
Full Penetration.
Full Penetration.
That's the one.
And Catherine... what's her name? We need her name. She's a great musician and actress.
In what?
House of Jack Built. Nope, Antichrist.
What the fuck is that?
Just look it up.
Annie or Auntie?
Antichrist.
Antichrist.
What do you
It's
think
actually
this is like?
Jesus'.
You think I'm gonna Google Antichrist and come back with relative terms?
It's like a Broadway play in 2050.
Yeah, no shit.
Antichrist.
Honestly, you're not wrong. I love that Google takes like 45 tries to get to the Wikipedia page.
Because you're an idiot.
Maybe for you.
You were adopted 6 times. Go fuck yourself.
My parents love me and so do yours.
My parents are dead.
It's cool they loved me before.
Who?
Sorry, guys.
Catherine.
He, she, and Nick. Why has one guy got a name? Who does?
Her name's not coming all the way up.
Charlotte Gainsbourg.
Okay, so Charlotte Gainsbourg. Okay.
Oh, the lady from Nymphomaniac that got DP'd.
I guess so.
You have
I watched
very
Nymphomaniac.
specific-
Same movie. I mean, it's a movie by the same director.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
So Lars Von Trier did Antichrist with Willem Dafoe and Catherine. Fucking Christ.
Yeah.
What's her last name? Gainsbourg.
Gainsbourg.
Charlotte.
Gainsbourg. Wow.
What is
Berg.
it? Whatever.
Charlotte Gainsbourg.
Yeah.
She actually is a really talented musician. Listen to her stuff. Her voice is great.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, found her from Antichrist. Found out she was a musician. But also, she did Dogville, which is a super fucked up movie with Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Such a weird movie. And he also did something called Extermination, which I haven't seen. Melancholia, which came out pretty recently, was also very weird and controversial. There's some lady at her wedding night goes and has an affair, and then the world ends. Weird shit.
Rip.
What else did he do? Anything else I'm missing?
I
don't know who he is.
There's other weird stuff.
That's what people know, I would think.
Yeah.
So that's enough.
I just realized Uma Thurman was in this.
Yeah, and she was the worst.
It's true at the beginning.
I didn't even like math that shit together.
Yeah.
I wanted her dead the fucking second she opened her mouth.
She looks old now. I mean, she's not
Good.
old.
What the fuck?
Well, she looks mature.
She looked fake.
Okay.
Well, in Kill Bill was the last thing I saw her, and like we can't remember anything else.
But
and
like,
she was
when
super
did
young.
Kill Bill come out?
A long time ago.
Yeah.
Not that long ago.
I thought she looked beautiful, even though I also wanted to smack her in the face with a jack the whole time.
So, yeah, let's get into this a
Yeah.
little bit. First thoughts, Rob. What do you think?
Definitely the weirdest movie I've seen in quite a long time. And I like the breast coin purse.
That was
Pretty cool. Glad they didn't show it being cut off.
I thought they were. I was fully ready for it.
I thought it was coming. We were all kind of cringing at it.
Phrasing.
Yeah.
No, the phrasing was fine. You're immature. Like a child.
I've helped V make a fake titty.
Who ended
for
up
something,
dying in
so...
Yeah, everyone died.
Everyone died.
But I thought it was good. It was so weird.
Yeah.
What the fuck? American Psycho point 5? Point 2?
Pretty much.
What the fuck?
Next one.
I took Sam's advice. I was like, I'm not going to look this shit up. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to watch it. And then I did, and I was like, I am desensitized to the point where I can't even remember that word.
Yeah.
Like, you could kill a kid in front of me and be like, it's sport. Don't do that.
No, but that's
Don't kill
fine.
kids.
Learned a couple things today.
That's what happened.
I'm just saying, murder is okay. It's just sometimes we need to cleanse our government. What? Anyway,
Purge.
I don't know how to talk about.
I first was trying to figure out what was going on, trying to put it all together, because any Lars Von Trier movies, it's not really complex, but like the characters are complex. You kind of see them devolve and kind of change over the course of the movie. So I thought it was interesting to see the character arc where when he first killed somebody at the beginning of the movie, we saw him almost like try out different things, or like see if he liked different things, or maybe he didn't understand that she was dead and he went and stabbed her even after she was strangled to death, and he was apologizing and then he was killing her again. And it was just like, it was like, I think it was a very good attempt at creating like the origin of a serial killer.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I had a couple questions that weren't answered by the movie. So it was definitely a strong movie, and Matt Dillon was really creepy in it.
He was.
Very good job.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And yeah, it was a weird trip.
Trip it was.
Yeah.
Hey, Sam.
So, like, I've been watching serial killer documentaries every single day for the past 2 months. So everything that's happened in this film, I feel like did nothing to me. I was like, yeah, people do that. So, like, it was, like you're saying, it's really cool to see how in the beginning he was like, how the fuck do I kill a person? Like, he was going through, like, I wanted to hit her in the face so bad with that jack, and then she wanted to go fucking back and forth 5 times, and then he actually did. And I was like, all right. He gave it an impulse. But then, like, the second time, he was like, how can I get in this bitch's house? And, like, I feel like when people talk about serial killers, they don't really talk about, like, their first kill, where, like, they're awkward and trying to figure shit out.
Yeah.
So, like, you saw all of that, and then, like, his demise.
Yeah, where the fuck is the sympathy?
And, like, that...
Jesus Christ. He's just getting to know who he is.
It was weird, because I was like, I get it, you're trying to... I didn't support it, but like still, it was nice to see something that's not like this like already badass serial killer who's like precise and can get away with everything, and he has severe OCD, so he keeps going fucking back to clean shit up. And that took a whole 20 minutes to do, but like whatever.
That shoots some scenery.
Yeah, like this was what, like 2.5 hours?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I love that the narrator, the therapist narrator, the entire time was like, just shitting down his throat, like, you're a neurotic OCD fucking psychopath. Like, he's just saying the most vile shit.
It was very reminiscent of The Shining.
Yeah.
And, felt shining-y.
What's his name? The ghost in The Shining. Who talks to the
I don't remember his name, but I know who you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I haven't
I
watched
don't
The
know the
Shining in a long time. I'm
Mr.
upset.
something.
But this dude's name was Verge.
Yeah.
I remember that. He was cool. I liked him, even though we only heard him until like the end, and he was just this short little butler-looking guy. He was like, "Let's go to hell."
I did hear the water at the end, and I was thinking about like during the movie, like the narration with Verge, I heard the water, and I was trying to figure out where the fuck he was.
Dante's Inferno, motherfucker.
Yeah.
The second I was watching, I was like, huh. I watched with my boyfriend, who doesn't do very well with these kind of things. I was like, wow, this is a very interesting take on Dante's Inferno. And then we had to read about it, because I was like, let me make sure I understand.
Yeah.
That's right. I mean, it was very obvious, but I guess a lot of people don't know what Dante's Inferno is.
I didn't know how it references that, but I understood.
It went through like different
levels
of it.
Yeah.
Anything that depicts hell is
So-
technically Dante's Inferno.
Well,
Dante's Inferno is like the first depiction of hell.
yeah, but if you were to like talk about this movie, then like go and do research on it. Can I speak? Do research on it. They literally bring up Dante's Inferno and like online references.
The ending was very literal to that, I thought.
Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, I got it.
I'm very unfamiliar with a lot of that stuff, but I've always been interested, so I own books.
Well, you're
about it.
Jewish.
Doesn't fucking matter. I did my 23andMe, by the way. It turned out I'm 97% Jew.
Whoa!
Yeah.
You are not Jewish at
Wow.
all. You are just Jew.
Damn.
Yeah.
And I
That's
say
pretty-
that because Dante's Inferno tends to be more of a Catholic Christian.
Oh, it's
legacy.
definitely a
That's not more of
Catholic
like
thing.
you're Jew.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't. Yeah.
It's 2019 and anti-Semitism.
Religion doesn't exist, in my opinion.
No, it doesn't.
It exists, but why?
But the writings of it does exist. However bullshit they might be.
No, I understand that. I'm not. Yeah. Either way, either or, I'm not well versed in either.
Yes.
Or well read in either.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We're all friends here.
So
You said that like I'm so disappointed in you.
sorry, I'm not.
I
a good
feel like
Jew.
it's just because just the Dante's Inferno thing. I just
Yeah.
expect everybody to know what that is. So like,
I know
shouldn't.
what it is, but I don't know. I don't know. I haven't read it. I haven't read
Something a Catholic man wrote to scare the shit out of everybody.
Yeah.
They need to visualize hell because, well, it's not real.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, I like this
Yeah,
movie.
they went down the wrong path.
I enjoyed this movie. I mean, they brought religion into this by doing that at the end and shit.
I hated personally. Let's start. I'm not gonna go through a play-by-play, but the beginning scene pissed me off because I understand this took place in the '60s, but like, why would a woman, Uma Thurman, why would she start just going on like, oh, you could be a serial killer, and then just keep going into it.
Because there were hella fucking serial killers back in the day.
No, shut the fuck up.
Every single
No, I'm
documentary
kidding.
I've watched, someone was murdered in the 70s. I know this was before then, but like, that's when everyone got it murdered.
I think it was showing her anxiety coming outward.
I don't think any of those women were that stupid, because in the movie they were like, why do you talk about women like they're so stupid? Like, were they actually that stupid? Like, part of me is like, I wonder if this is just how he saw them. Because I'm like, there's no fucking way all of these women are that dumb. Like, I know there's women who are insecure or whatever, but like, there's no way. Like, I see a sketchy dude across the street and I'm like, Mom, I need you to stay on the phone with me. Like, I know times are different, but
since
like,
you said that, yeah, I recant everything I just said about that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I think
And that also probably goes. Sorry,
you can finish.
I don't know where I was going
Okay.
anymore.
I think that the women weren't saying what they were saying. That's what he was hearing them say.
That's what
exactly.
Yeah.
That's the possible theory.
That's what I got from it.
I think that's why I like that so much, because like, that's how some people who are narcissistic, that's just how they are.
And that's one of the traits of a serial killer.
That's the only woman who did something like
that. No,
the
they all
blonde
did.
bitch that he kept calling simple. No way in hell.
You're simple.
I just thought she was actually that stupid. And then the
every single woman he came across was like stupid. Though.
Yeah, stupid, but I still think that conversation at the beginning, I still think that would never have happened.
Oh no, I feel like
did.
that was super extra, but like as more and more women came up, I was like, what the fuck?
But I also don't think that conversation happened like that. That's just how he heard it.
They should have done a better job.
or that's how he remembered it. Well, thinking back when I heard Sam's comment, they did touch that when the therapist was like, "Do you just view every woman as weak?"
Because then he was like, I killed men too, like not just women.
Yeah, he was
but
trying
it's
to
like
justify it.
they didn't really touch on how he got all those men tied up to that bar.
I'm not even talking about that though. I'm just talking about that conversation that was written. Just like, it should not have been written that way. It was just so unrealistic.
To have her be so blunt.
Yeah, like, in constantly going on about it, and like, he clearly wasn't being cute about it, and there's just no reason for it, and like,
is there a reason for a lot of things in a lot of films?
There should be. If this is
On a scale of 1 to 10, is Suicide Squad realistic?
Fuck Suicide Squad. It's not good.
10.
No, I was picking a random movie.
10.
But like, this movie, the rest of it was completely plausible. Like, the rest of it like made sense. I could see a dumb lady at her door falling for that charade, even though it was ridiculous.
No,
I
thought she was the stupidest one.
She was very stupid.
And he was like, "You got me. I'm actually with like neighborhood watch, whatever the fuck that he said."
Insurance salesman.
Insurance, yeah, and she still let him in because she was like,
she wanted twice her money.
Yeah, but I'm like, that's what most people I feel like think of women anyway. They're stupid and all they want is like money. But at the same time, I'm like, there's no way they're all so stupid. But that's just me being like, no, they're not dumb.
Yeah.
Unless he just so happened to find every single dumbass person in his area.
I still digress. I think the first scene was garbage.
All right.
Just I thought it was just very.
I as a contrast to you right now, I watched that and thought that this movie's fucking absurd because of that logic. Like, nobody talks like this. Why would she continue to go on this rant about being murdered? Like, you'd have to bury me in the fucking woods and man. I was like, dude, just kill her. Just fucking end her right now. And I think, looking back at it, I think what I thought in that scene was like, nah, I totally get why you hit her with the jack.
Yeah.
That seems serial killery. That just, like, I think he heard... I think what he was hearing was how fucking annoying she was.
Yeah.
And it was being, like, the story was being told back very extra.
I would have preferred if we gave some kind of an exposition to his situation. Maybe he was really, like, not doing well mentally. Like it's just like the him getting to the point of killing somebody or being capable to kill someone. It just didn't add up.
Well, we kind of get that at the scene with the little baby duck.
Yeah.
He was always like that.
Yeah.
I
That was
know,
wicked
but
fucked up.
And
I
they
don't know.
talked about his imbalances with his OCD, and this is just one of those situations where it exceeded that imbalance by fucking people up, because I think he did say that it was just like an impulse thing. Like he's like, I just wanted so bad to hit her in the face with that jack. But like in my head, I feel like that didn't happen. As much as we want to argue that she was annoying, he didn't have to take her back and forth all those times either.
Of course not.
So it's like, did he actually go back and forth that many times, or did he just go back and forth in his head about if he's gonna hit her or not? Because in the end, he does hit her.
yeah.
But like, why take her back and forth all these times
I think
when you could have just let her go?
I think kind of to Evan's point that every scene was kind of like that. Some gave
Yeah.
more exposition.
Yeah.
But also, every scene got easier to digest because every new dead fuck was the therapist. What's his name?
Verge.
Therapist. I don't know. Whatever. Demon. Apparently.
It's his guy.
Whatever. It was just
Into
the demon describing deeper and deeper his neuroticism
Yeah.
and his insanity and all,
Yeah.
and maybe his inner demons, maybe all this and that. And then I was like, yeah, I forgot about the first scene because this is just progressing more and more and more.
Yeah.
Like the first scene was stupid, but this is also just keeps getting weirder and dumber and weirder and dumber.
So let's go past that and let's go to after he kills the gullible lady at the front door by basically saying he's a cop and then saying that he works for the insurance company.
That scene was so fucking long.
It was
Yeah.
that thing made me like go like this because I was very uncomfortable. I was like, lady, close your door.
Yeah.
Whole time.
The death scene though, like him killing her, I thought was so well done.
I do like how pretty much not almost every time, but when people were killed, there was no score behind it. And I feel like I've said that before in other horror films, but it's weird. I feel like deaths have more impact when they're silent and you just hear them. So like when she's being strangled and you hear her being I mean, of course they're acting, but like I feel like when you hear it, it just hits you a little bit more than just like some orchestra coming in and playing some depressing music.
He fucked her up.
I think
He did.
I think that's important. I think that's important because they weren't trying to show this movie as a sense of danger to the people. It was showing it from his point of view, which was just a simple, like how you remember that favorite burger you ate. That's how he remembers his deaths.
Yeah.
His murders. It was just like, oh, I had those garlic fries once.
I actually don't think he does. I
Terrible
think he's one of
logic.
those that are completely, not to disprove what you're saying, but I think he's one of those people that when he thinks about every kill he's done, he's not satisfied. Like he describes when he describes in the diagram to Verge, when he walks under the light post and he kills somebody because the shadow and the pain is so strong that he has to kill somebody, and then he goes, the more he goes towards the next light post, his pleasure grows.
Yep.
And then at a certain point, his pain starts to come back, the shadow at the end.
And he has to attack.
So I think every time that he does kill, I think he's pleasured, yes, but then he keeps killing, he keeps getting disappointed, he keeps killing again.
Yeah.
Is what
He tries to be more creative because the whole huge part of this was just art history lessons.
Yeah.
And he sees himself as an artist.
Okay, that's weird, but also I think what's... Sorry, that came off like, you shush. No, didn't mean it like that. Oh, what was my point? Fuck. Anyway.
I don't think I disproved your point really, but I was just mentioning that it wasn't like all...
Oh, no, okay. No, I hear what you're saying, but I think also what it was it wasn't like that his pleasure was getting more up. It was that he was realizing that it was getting rid of his OCD.
Yeah.
Like, the more he did disturbing, messy shit, the more his OCD was just like, I can't handle this, dude. You're just destroying carpets, fucker.
Yeah, no, because they say that.
And that's literally said a few times.
With every kill, his OCD is just like, meh.
He even says, like, it became a release to not have to clean the carpet.
Yeah.
See, I have an objection to what you have to say because his OCD went away every time he would do his kill, but he also explained that whenever he killed somebody, he would try to do something a little bit more risky the next time because almost like the thrill that he wanted to get caught. He wasn't sure of it. It was certainly that. Because like when he was a kid, it was the same thing. It's like he had this weird thrill of him almost getting caught.
That thrill like ebbs and flows through the movie though, because like the second victim, he literally says to the cop, he's like, I want you to scan this room with a fine-tooth comb.
Yeah.
And it's like, you ballsy, stupid fuck.
Yeah.
He was
that's
like
him
that the
chilling.
whole time.
Narcissists are like that,
No,
though.
but then when he ends up dragging her body back.
Oh my
behind the van,
god.
That was awesome.
Besides
doesn't-
that body being very well done effects-wise,
Yeah, that looked
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
That was a lot of blood.
I was getting real stressed out because with the whole risky thing, when he dragged her body by the back of the van, and then he was like, and then the rains came. I was like, this son of a
so that's
bitch. Like
so lucky.
it just heightened his narcissistic ways that like, I can do fucking anything.
But that's my counterpoint to his
Yeah.
his like, I want to try to get caught. He freaked the fuck out when he saw the blood. So he did not want to get caught.
No.
He went
But
from
someone was looking out for him, so he thinks that he can do more and more
That was
things.
also very early in his kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, but he flip-flopped quite a bit. I
That
mean, towards
was-
the end, he didn't give a fuck at all.
No,
He
yeah.
just like, he just put her tit on the car.
Yeah, and from
Cool.
the cop, yeah.
Yeah.
Which was, that's a weird sentence to say out loud.
But that goes along with the whole comfort thing. Like, yes, it rained, but it's not because anyone was looking out for him. Like, it literally just happened to rain that day.
Why
but in
didn't-
his mind, he's like, I can do anything.
By the way, why didn't he get caught when he left the tip?
Should
and
have
the
been caught.
When the police the police officer clearly identified him, and they clearly know who.
That
did
was
that
for sure, like, an area where, like, you know, you call after a certain time at night and no one will show up. Like, they're like, I don't want to get involved in this
They
shit.
didn't play it off that much like that, though.
He would
No,
have
that's why I feel
100%.
like I don't think that happened the way it did. Like, I feel like he got away with some stuff that he shouldn't have.
Needed more context.
Yeah.
100% he would have been caught.
I
though.
fully think this whole film was just from his, just what
100%.
what he saw. I feel like he saw himself way more.
If we knew for sure, it would be nice to know.
Yeah.
I would
because-
appreciate this film from a different point of view.
Hmm.
Like if it was shot again from a more outside point of view.
Well, yeah, but
narrative?
literally every like hero film is like that, where they have to stop this evil villain doing the thing. And
No,
now
no, I
this
don't-
is from the point of a villain, and I like that.
You should know with this director, though, Evan, that he's not going to hand feed you anything.
No, this is purely like.
It even
a
says
film.
like an art piece,
Yeah.
like, as it's described.
Well,
as
it's
this
made
film
in-
is an art, film art.
It
thing,
is.
It is
whatever.
kind of though.
And I'm like,
it
I'm
kind of
into
is.
it.
It's like a psychology study.
Yeah.
It kind of is. Same thing with like Antichrist. It was like the Antichrist was about loss, regret, and pain.
Mm-hmm.
That's the entire movie. And then same thing with Dogville was just highlighting the entire ideal in Dogville was basically that people at the core are evil
Mm-hmm.
and will always be evil.
Tight.
So it's really he sticks to one theme throughout the film, and like he very well might have been telling this movie directly from only Matt Dillon, the killer's perspective.
Yeah.
Which I
That's what I'm
definitely
leaning
was.
towards.
Which I think this whole thing was. But I think that's the whole point of this film. This is to make you, like, whatever sticks to you is kind of how you think, I feel. Because, like, for me, I lived for this after I digested it for a little bit.
What do you
Yeah.
think it's about though? Like,
Nothing.
Like when
How
it ends,
fucking
like,
fragile the human mind is. And how some people are just so disillusioned to what's going on around them. And they think
Yeah.
they're God until they're not.
it's weird because I honestly can't remember the ending. Watched it twice.
I can.
I can't remember the ending.
Dante's Inferno.
It's
just
fucking
dies.
weird.
He falls into
He
hell.
falls in hell, and that's it.
I fully believe
There's
that.
a lot of stages of hell.
Yeah.
One of them is like SpongeBob SquarePants, and they're both in bubbles.
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay, I remember that.
yeah.
What?
He definitely died like at that part, but that's
Yeah.
how he saw his death.
He died trying to climb back into heaven, or back up to Earth.
Whichever
Trying
way.
No.
to climb around
Yes.
the bridge that was broken, the bridge that went to
Heaven.
heaven.
Yep.
And
But
we-
he's a narcissist and thinks he can do everything, and someone's looking out for him. So he's like, why doesn't anyone like go across. And Verge is like, bitch, people have tried. He's like, well, fuck you, I'm gonna do it. You can't do it.
He's like, all right, go for it.
If he got across, I don't think it would have been as good of a movie.
I think I would have hated it
Yeah.
had he made, like,
Because it would have
after,
been another cheap horror movie.
after
Yes.
all I liked of that movie, if it had ended like that, I would have been like, fuck this.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
fucking stupid.
This ended how it should
Oh
have.
no, he's coming to get you. Sequel. This time he has dildos.
I think this is.
Which I would
Why?
definitely
I
believe.
don't know.
I would definitely believe
Just
that.
comes out of hell with demon dildos.
I don't know. Something escalated. I don't know.
Double-sided
How can you
ones.
escalate this movie?
Like
yeah,
that.
beating someone with a dildo would do it.
Because building a house with corpses.
Because there was a
just isn't enough.
screenshot of full penetration.
Okay.
Yeah, we did see that.
Yeah.
Fucking Willem Dafoe.
So let's round this one out. Final thoughts. What do you thought about the film? Should people go see it or should they rent it? And number grade.
This movie was so weird. It's definitely not going to be for everyone.
No.
Maybe 1 in 3 people would like it. And even
So generous.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said maybe. Maybe. Well, there's 4 people here. I mean, I would say 3 people liked it, but that's because we're fucked up.
Yep.
You're a very. Oh well, then it's 4 out of 4.
Not all
people.
at once, guys.
We're all.
We
fucked
all like
up.
this fucking
Okay,
thing.
then we're all fucking
We're
stupid.
broken.
That's fine, but I liked it. Go see it if you want. If you like murders,
Yep.
which is the pumpkin spice of white TV.
If you like
Yeah.
coladas,
Yeah.
getting killed in the rain.
Definitely check it out.
Wow, it could have got whiter, but
That
it
was
did.
so
It did
good.
get whiter.
You can always get whiter.
Got so white.
Murder mysteries are the pumpkin
Sponsored
spice.
by
I feel like
Tide
that fits
Bleach.
this film too because he did murder
We're not
and
sponsored
then
by
it
Tide.
rained.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm probably gonna give this like a 7.5, only because the ending was a bit slow and a lot of it was stupid.
Slow.
But I still liked it. Makeup, the effects, and Matt Dillon's performance was really good in this too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So probably like a 7.5.
I feel like he's like this in real life.
Might be.
I feel like it's too
Justine.
you know?
Dad, this movie was weird. No, this movie was very. I didn't go into it knowing what the fuck it was. First scene, I was like, or no, the second scene, I was like, oh, it's American Psycho. I recant that very fast before you guys attack me. Just felt in the same vein. It's definitely kind of a dark comedy, more than anything.
To us.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, it's 'cause
no,
we're
its intent
fucked
is a
up.
dark comedy.
I don't know about that.
I don't
Its
know.
intent is
There's
a
nothing
gross.
funny about
In
cutting
the-
off a tit.
In the beginning.
Making
Yes,
a
there
purse
is.
out of it.
We
Yeah.
just proved that
I-
wrong,
there-
actually.
I agree
that's
with you
because of
though.
my
I think there
cadence.
is a sort of dark humor to it because there are some things I was like, stupid bitch. But like also they made it a thing to show the titty purse. Like he paid
That's
with
true.
some
Titty purse.
he paid for something with
What
that,
would you
like in
call
his
that?
hand, and no one said anything
To be
to
fair,
him.
it
Like a
didn't.
good name.
It wasn't. You could have been any part of the body when you looked at it, but we knew it was a titty purse.
I mean, it was
Titty
drained
purse.
of blood.
Titty purse.
What?
Sorry, the nipple wasn't bright and obnoxious.
I didn't see the nipple.
The
I saw the
was
nipple.
like right next to the little clasp.
Yeah.
part.
Was it the button?
No.
No.
Was
It was
Yeah.
like
the
next
class?
to
I'm
it.
pretty
Even
sure
more
he
offensive.
looped it around the nipple.
Oh.
I saw it, but it was like crooked, so I was like, ah, cute. I'll
And
make
then
one.
the second half of that would be like, if you don't think this is a dark comedy, you think like this movie's fucked up.
Yeah.
And at this moment, you think we're pretty fucked up. Thanks, Sam.
You can go look at the stuff I have over there.
There's dildos. All dildos.
There's silicone fists over there.
Any titty purses that I can.
My Borat.
No, I actually have a whole silicone breast. Is it here? No, I think it's at home.
I love that
Titty
I said.
purses for everyone.
I have a whole tit from another film I worked
Can
on
I use it as a coin
where a nipple
purse?
was ripped off.
No,
So
no, no.
like
I
the
remember
nipple
that.
comes off.
For
I
nice.
have it.
I love that.
V and
Mine
I
too.
did it.
Some PU.
Yeah.
Call
Yeah.
it that.
I love
Yep.
that I was saying you have dildos over there, and you go, I have a fist.
I have two.
Oh,
So
2 silicone fists and a silicone
but
tit and half a torso.
I gotta take what you will with that information.
Sex shop over there.
Yeah.
Holy
I
shit.
think that's why this didn't bother me as much as I feel like it would bother a normal person.
Sam, what are you doing in your side of the face?
Don't worry about it.
2 fists.
2 fists.
I
They're
give
both
this-
righties.
2 fists and a tit.
I'm gonna give my grade.
Sounds
before
like
this
a
gets
Broadway
weird.
Okay,
act.
do
Can I
it.
get my grade?
Yeah, go ahead.
Picturing is bloody disgusting has the saws and literally picture.
I'll plug myself
8. Fuck it.
so people
Evan.
can see them.
Oh, he liked it.
I'm not even giving him a reason.
Only problem I had with this was the first conversation didn't seem realistic to me, and they weren't clear enough that it was all in his head. And if it was, then I would have wished they wrote a little bit more into it. A 2.5-hour movie. I loved every second of it, and could have watched it for 10 hours. But I like serial killer stuff. I mean, I like horror movies. I mean, I'm a serial killer. That's what I was about to say. I'm just kidding.
That's why
Those fists are
Taylor
from
didn't
real
answer
people.
the phone.
Did say you were very, very Jewish.
No,
Murderer.
we're not going there. So
Doesn't even make sense.
No.
acting in this was incredible from everybody.
All the dead women.
Dorothy
yeah, everybody was
Harris.
great,
Beautiful.
and the special effects were amazing. All the dead bodies looked incredible. All of the wounds.
That house.
Grossed me out a lot. The pacing of the movie was well done. The pacing of the character arc was very well done. Like in every Lars Von Trier movie, the character had like a serious, crazy arc. Like the beginning of the movie, he had just gotten his first kill. We saw him get used to it, start to like it, start to get obsessed with it, start to get sloppy, and then inevitably die and walk through a house made of bodies,
I fucking loved it. Oh my
That
god,
looks so
I
cool.
loved
and
it.
then descended to the underworld.
Oh,
The Frozen Boy was my favorite.
yes!
Oh, yeah.
When he
Sorry.
like made his face all smiley and like wavy. I want
Ooh.
one.
Can we pause just for a second before I give my review?
Yeah.
Talk about the scene where he took, I assume it was a date with kids.
It had to have been.
Because of his wife, he would get caught.
We
Yeah.
did skip over
What?
that.
What are we talking about?
That scene was fucked.
What scene?
The hunting scene.
Yeah,
The
what
kids,
about
the
it?
He
dead
took
kids.
the 2 kids
Yeah.
and the wife
Yeah.
out hunting.
Mm-hmm.
Those must have been, well, I mean, the side plot
He
that
must
had
have
with it
answered
is-
something in the classifieds.
Yeah, it wasn't
That's how
his
they
wife.
had it back then.
No,
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't his wife.
no.
Yeah.
I don't think it was.
So that scene was super fucked up, and I super loved it because, I don't know, the acting was fucking great.
Yeah.
It was.
You know exactly where those kids got hit with those bullets too, and I
Yep.
think that's what fucked me up the most because
Oh,
I'm
did
like,
you
I
see the
know they
leg?
got he hit in the leg. The second one got shot in the face, and I was like, he shot a child in the face. Like it,
You saw that his leg was not attacked.
He blew that motherfucker's
Yeah.
kneecap off.
whoever
I
did the
appreciated
effects for
that.
this were fucking beautiful.
Because
that it wasn't just
realistically,
some little wound.
That would happen. A step
Yeah.
around to a
Yeah.
little kid's
To a
leg.
kid that small, yeah,
Yeah.
it'd probably blow off his leg.
Yeah. So you don't see that a lot.
That was grumpy.
I appreciated
Who
it.
he-
That was a weird flex scene because that was probably the first time I've. Now they obviously
were
didn't
like-
show the shooting of the kids,
No.
but it was insinuated so up to the shot.
It
you're
didn't
like,
show the headshot.
No, I know, but like,
It like cut away right as
How
it
many-
happened, but you saw when she was feeding him pie that there was like
Yeah.
blood on his face, so you knew he was hit from like here up.
what movie has ever shown dead kids though? Like, that
Not
doesn't
many.
happen.
Not many.
Not the,
Not as true.
not with like
Schindler's
graphic
List, probably.
things like that. They're
Lars Von
usually
Trier
like
is the only director who can do this because his audience is just big enough. Yeah, and it's just big enough to be able to for him to make whatever the fuck he wants. And it'll never be a theatrical release, but who gives a shit? Because it's a real movie. It's actually almost a psychology class, and it makes you look at film a different way
yeah.
when you see a movie like this. Because when you're used to seeing like Bumblebee and like
Things that are so safe it hurts.
yeah.
This movie definitely made me appreciate.
Not that the movie was bad. It wasn't.
No, but it was safe.
No, this movie definitely made me appreciate weird films again. I
Yeah.
haven't seen a really fucked up movie since probably Tusk.
Well, go check out Lars Von Trier's catalog.
I'm not saying
Everything.
Tusk is truly.
I think I'm
gross.
gonna like, go
Literally
home and watch
everything.
Antichrist.
Yeah, you should. It's,
Ugh.
it's
For
super-
some reason, I
Not
thought this was the
tonight.
penetration one. I was like,
Well, there
and
is.
then it wasn't. So
Well,
Dude.
luckily, it's not like you see his face and his dick in the same shot, because that would be terrifying. You just see dick, which
that's fine.
it's
We've all seen a penis here.
Someone found out that it was actually really him. It was someone.
Oh,
When
Willem
we watched
Dafoe.
it? Yeah. Because it is.
I wouldn't
was,
doubt
right?
it.
It's real?
Him with his green goblin.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
So, back to what I was going to give this for a rating. I'm going to give it an 8.5.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I think I gave it a 9, but like I want to take it back. It's an 8.5. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's still great.
0.5 for that intro.
Yeah, I don't know. That was a really horrible segue into a movie I was excited for. Just the trailer scene of the movie was very unbelievable. But after that, it was great. It was all fun and games.
Yeah.
Literally.
So Sam.
Yeah, I agree with everybody and what they're saying. This is definitely for a particular audience. I feel like it's not for people who can't like disassociate like that this is a film, and because there's some people like I just can't watch that kind of stuff, and it's like, this is acting, right? So like, and I've also been watching some really horrendous serial killer documentaries where they've done worse things to kids. So I feel like when I saw this, I was like, okay, this wasn't as shocking as I feel like a more sensitive audience would be to it. So tread lightly, but
He was a serial killer with some morals.
Yeah.
Some.
Unless you
killed
were a
the
grown
kids
woman with
first.
titties.
What morals? He killed children first.
And then
He
made their
liked
mom
to
feed
keep
them
it
pie.
clean and tidy.
Yeah. She cared that she was nourished.
Yeah.
It's
true.
Had so much more context to that scene.
Yeah.
That could have been a movie, that entire scene.
I feel like 2.5 hours was not long enough. Which is shocking, seeing as I can't even sit through like hour-and-a-half movies sometimes where I'm like, what the fuck? And then I see there's a whole like half hour left. Like sometimes 2 hours is too long, but I feel like I could have watched more of this.
Weird. I stopped this. I went to go pee at like an hour 10, and I was like, how much is left? I feel
An hour and 20
half.
minutes!
fucking movies
You're
have
not
played
even
in like
halfway.
an hour,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it was really just like 2 murders. And I'm like, that's a movie.
Yeah. But there's just so, I feel like, and a lot of this was like just the main character a lot of the time. And like his whole thing from start to finish. I don't know. I have a thing about watching people who are like assholes and deserve to die. Like, yeah, you went to hell. That's where you belong. But like,
She's a good Catholic.
I'm Jewish. There's just so much I liked
then
about
Christ hasn't
this,
died
but it
yet.
is definitely not for people who are squeamish, especially since there's a scene where a whole woman's face is not there anymore, and it's
Yeah.
just her innards, because
We
she
also-
got scraped on the ground for miles.
We also didn't talk about the scene where he gets pissed off that the shotgun round, the sniper rounds he has aren't full metal jacket.
Yeah.
To the point where he gets so pissed, he just fucking leaves those 6 guys lined up and goes.
And he's like, don't move. Like, I'll be right back.
That scene was great too. Him and his old, I assume, his foreman.
Something. They had a relationship. I don't know what it was, though.
Yeah, that was clever. That was a lot of great acting too. Again, both of them really good acting in that scene.
All around.
I don't know his name, the other guy, the older guy.
I don't either.
But
I
yeah.
feel like no matter how short of a time people were on screen, they were still like great. I feel like I still remembered pretty much everybody, which is wonderful. I don't know their names, but like I could tell who went where for what things.
Dead kid 1, Grumpy.
Grumpy,
Dead mom.
he was beautiful.
Grumpy, yeah.
Grumpy
I'm
was
so mad I
beautiful.
remember
And
that
Simple.
fucker's name. Oh, and Simple. I remember Grumpy and
Simple.
Simple.
She got
Oh,
great
yeah.
tits.
Yeah. That whole scene where he was drawing on her titties was just very uncomfortable to watch.
So weird.
mean to
There
her
was
too.
a lot of this is very slow, but it's like a car accident. Like you cannot look away no matter how slow it is because it's just done.
Ooh, he ran somebody over.
Well, yeah.
For fun.
He did
Yeah,
run somebody
for
over.
an old woman, just cause.
It was
Yep.
a bonus to his trip.
His
Yeah.
dick wiggled. He's
But
like, murder.
We were all laughing, especially Taylor was laughing because after he hit her, he was like, well, it's another added bonus to an already great day. But after he gets out of the car, he screams, "Fuck!"
Yeah. is interesting. I like this
Same
film.
dark comedy.
I did. Yeah, like there's things that you shouldn't laugh at, but you laughed at it.
Yeah.
Every murder.
It was great.
And the
it's-
soundtrack was
Yeah.
amazing.
There's watch
Hit
it.
the road, Jack.
I
At
don't.
the end, yeah.
I don't
was-
fucking care if you're sensitive or not. Just watch it.
Oh yeah, if you're sensitive, please watch this. All of it.
I feel like it just needs to
A
be
Clockwork
seen.
Orange style with your eyes pulled back.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're into psychology or filmmaking, you have to see this movie.
Yeah.
Or
And
Matt
then
Dillon.
if you're interested in complex movies, go see it. It's good.
Yeah.
Or if you want to challenge your stomach's ability to hold back pizza,
I mean, you can watch it at home too.
Yeah.
it's $7 on.
It's probably better to
Play.
watch at home.
I
Yeah.
think so. I don't think
Yes.
you want to be judged by all the people see you walk out of the theater.
Laughing.
Smiling.
It's not a jump scare horror,
Smile.
so everyone can handle it.
If everybody,
It is gory.
everybody was probably
Yeah,
fine if
but
they
I
left the
feel-
theater and we were probably laughing.
I don't know how normal people handle gore anymore. I just don't. I look up such horrendous things for reference that, like, some people are like, oh my god, that's disgusting. And I'm like, I could tell you 50 things that's wrong with it right now. Like, that is the wrong shade of blood. There's not enough pus. Like, there's just some
Yeah.
shit like
Kind
that.
of like me with comedy. Like, comedy's got to be just so fucking Anthony Jeselnik
In
shitty
your face.
dark. He's a terrible example,
And just
but like,
aggressive.
I don't want your Jerry Seinfeld comedy. I want some disgusting.
Yeah.
Nobody listens to Jerry Seinfeld.
Some people are just a little too
like
vanilla
cars getting
for
coffee.
things.
That doesn't count.
He's
Nobody
funny in
watches
it.
his stand-up.
That's objectively not true.
And
Yeah,
it's terrible.
old
Seinfeld is
people.
one of the biggest sitcoms that's ever existed.
Yeah,
That's
but
based off his.
he needs to be there. Yes.
That's how I feel about
on
that.
show, but he is unnecessary.
It was not the point of the statement.
I know, but I'm just saying that his comedy is atrocious. However, him in Seinfeld is also atrocious, but necessary to
Yeah.
be the neutral party that people bounce off of.
I don't even remember how we got here.
Wall to bounce off.
I don't
you
know. Seinfeld.
Fuck
You're not
Seinfeld.
wrong.
Fuck
It's just
Seinfeld.
I've never
Jerry
seen it.
Seinfeld, not the show.
Fucks the show too.
Never
No,
watched
fuck
a
the show.
single episode.
Fuck
of
the
it.
show.
Don't do that.
Fuck Larry David.
whoa.
Fuck Larry David.
Fuck you.
Anyway, I'm gonna give this film an 8.5 also.
I like
Right.
Larry David.
That's
Yeah.
what we're waiting for. That's
Yeah.
why. That's why we did this.
Yes.
Get that mean bitch out of my face.
It's great. Watch
So,
it. Everybody.
plugs, Rob.
Like, rate, review, subscribe. That's all I have.
Please rate us great minis on the iTunes and anywhere else, and please watch our YouTube videos past 4 minutes. I saw statistics today. What did we say that turned you off?
Don't let him look at statistics.
No, nobody gets to see statistics but us. But fuck, love Rob at the least. Evan,
Sam.
I'll wear more titty shirts. I'm gonna tell everybody to love me, okay? If you want to see some fists and some shit that we spoke about on today's episode, you can find me on Instagram and
Fists that
Facebook
cause
at
shit.
Night Terror Effects, but also love us because we love you.
that was a great advert, but you just
Thank
sounded like you were
you.
promoting your masturbation
fists?
porno.
No, I just.
I can't unsee it now.
It's fine.
Just wants
I'll bring it on the
fist.
table next time.
Oh.
Get it.
It's just a fist.
So, thank you everybody for tuning in to Brutally Honest Reviews, only on the Brutally Honest Network. This has been our show this week. Tune in next week, Tuesday, for another episode of Brutally Honest Reviews. Tune in Monday for another episode of Streaming for Gold, our music podcast. And tune in very soon for our Game of Thrones podcast, Beyond the Wall, featuring Rob. And then also,
Too well.
you're gonna love our nuts. So, have a good week.